Hello everyone, this is episode 4 of The Quiet Search, a series exploring the deepest teachings of Zen Buddhism through gentle stories and reflections designed to carry you into peaceful rest. Tonight, we explore a theme that many know intimately. It is the feeling of searching, that quiet restlessness that comes even when life looks complete on the outside. The sense that something unnamed is missing or waiting to be found. Zen Buddhism teaches us that this searching, this restlessness is not a problem to be solved. It is instead the very thing that begins the real journey. Before we settle in together, feel free to share what time it is and where you're listening from. You can simply type it in the comments or simply hold that awareness that you are here, in this moment, in this space, listening. That is enough. Tonight, we will journey through stories that have guided seekers for centuries. Each story is simple on the surface, but beneath the surface, each one points to a teaching that can shift how you see yourself, your struggles, and what you're really searching for. As we move through these teachings together, I invite you to let your body settle wherever it is resting. You need not sit up straight. You need not be perfect. Lie down if that calls to you. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath find its own rhythm, slow or fast, shallow or deep. Your breath knows what it needs to do. There is nothing you need to figure out tonight. There is nowhere else you need to be. Simply listen and let these ancient stories carry you toward the rest your body and spirit are asking for. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too restless or too tired. You are exactly as you need to be in this moment. The teachings we will explore tonight are not difficult to understand. They point to something your deepest self already knows. Your job is simply to listen, to let the words wash over you like gentle waves, and to allow what resonates to stay with you. Some of these stories will speak directly to your heart. Others will simply pass by. Both are perfect. Let your mind be like a still pond. Let the stories be like stones dropping into that water. Some will sink deep, some will create only small ripples, and the pond will remain the pond untouched, whole, complete. Now, take a slow breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Let yourself arrive in this moment. Let's begin our journey together. In our modern life, we are taught to search. Search for the right job. Search for the perfect partner. Search for happiness, success, peace, meaning. We are given a map with a destination circled in red, and we are told that is where you need to go. That is where you will finally be okay. And so we search. We climb mountains. We cross rivers, we work late into the night, we read books, attend retreats, take courses. We hope that the next thing, the next achievement, the next relationship, the next insight will finally satisfy this deep hunger inside us. But the ancient Zen masters understood something that no map can teach. They understood that the thing we are searching for is not somewhere else. It is not in the future, waiting for us to finally achieve it. The peace we are looking for, the wholeness we are seeking, the home we are trying to return to, it is already here. It is not hidden. It is not locked away. It is not something only the enlightened deserve to access. It is here, in this very moment, in your breath, in the awareness that is noticing these words, in the body that is resting right now. This is what Zen teaches, that we do not need to become something other than what we are to find peace. We do not need to fix ourselves, improve ourselves, or transcend ourselves. We only need to wake up to what is already here. Think of it like this. Imagine a child searching for their glasses. They look in every corner. They ask everyone they meet, "Have you seen my glasses? Have you seen them?" But all the while the glasses are on their head. The child doesn't need to find the glasses. The glasses are already there. The child only needs to notice. So it is with us. We are searching for something that is already being us, Zen calls this our true nature or our Buddha nature. It is not something rare or special or distant. It is as natural as breathing. Every person has it. You have it right now. But our searching mind, what Zen teachers call the monkey mind, keeps us from seeing it. The monkey mind is always swinging from branch to branch, from thought to thought, from worry to worry. It is never still. It never rests. It can't simply be here with what is. And because the mind is so busy swinging and searching, it cannot see what is right in front of it. Tonight, we will explore this paradox through stories. We will meet seekers who searched everywhere and found peace in the most unexpected places. We will meet teachers who solved problems by refusing to solve them. We will discover what becomes possible when we stop running from ourselves and towards something else. The great teacher Thich Nhat Hanh Mak once said, "The present moment is the only time over which we have dominion. Right now, not tomorrow, not after you figure things out, not after you become more spiritual. Right now, in this very moment, you are home. Your only job is to notice it." These stories will help you practice noticing. As you listen, you may find that some part of you wants to understand the stories, to figure out the lesson, to get the teaching right. That is your monkey mind at work. You can thank it for trying to help you, and then gently return to simply listening. There is nothing to get right tonight. There is no test at the end. There is no way to do this wrong. Simply let the stories be what they are. Let them work on you, the way moonlight works on water, silently, gently, without effort. And as you listen, notice, where is your peace right now? Where is the awareness that is listening to these words? Where is the breath that is breathing you? It is already here. The only search that remains is the search to notice what is already found. Let's begin that journey now. Story 1. The Merchant and the Whole Place. There was, in a prosperous trading town beside a wide river, a merchant named Kenji. He was wealthy, truly wealthy. His warehouse was filled with silks from distant mountains. His ships carried spices and jade and rare woods to ports across the sea. His name was known in every marketplace. From the outside, his life appeared perfect. He had a beautiful house with gardens that bloomed in every season. He had servants who attended to his every need. He had a wife who loved him and children who called him father. Everything he had dreamed of as a young man, poor and hungry and ambitious, he now possessed. And yet, there was something he could not explain. Deep in his chest, in the quiet moments before sleep, there was a hollow place. It was not pain exactly. It was not sadness. It was more like an absence. A space that should be filled, but was not. At first, Kenji tried to ignore it. He threw himself into his work with greater intensity. He traveled to new ports, made new deals, accumulated more wealth. He added a second floor to his house. He bought more servants. He commissioned a garden where stone paths wound between flowering trees. But the hollow place remained. Then he thought, perhaps it is love I am missing. Perhaps a wife and children are not enough. So he began an affair with a beautiful woman who worked in the tea house near the river. He risked everything for stolen moments with her. For a time, the thrill of the secret made him forget the hollow place. His heart raced. He felt alive in a way he had not felt in years. But the hollow place was still there, waiting for him in the morning light. After 2 years, the affair ended. The woman moved away, and Kenji was left not only with the hollow place, but with a new companion, shame. Next, he thought, perhaps it is meaning I lack. Perhaps I need a spiritual practice. He began to study Buddhism with a monk who lived in the mountains above the town. He meditated every morning before his work. He studied the sutras. He spoke to his family with more kindness. He donated rice to the poor during winter. And yet, the hollow place persisted. One day, it was a morning in autumn, and the leaves were turning gold. Kenji felt something break inside him. He realized that even his spiritual practice had become a search for something outside himself. He was still, even in his meditation, reaching for something. Even his goodness was a grasp. That evening, he did not go to his office. He did not meditate. He did not try anything. He simply sat by the window of his house and watched the light fade from the garden. It was at this moment of not trying, that an old man appeared at his gate. The merchant did not know the man. He was dressed in simple clothes, dusty from travel. He carried nothing but a walking stick and a small bag. "I am lost," the old man called out. "Might I rest here for the night?" Kenji, who in his younger days would have measured the man's worth and decided quickly, now found himself simply saying, "Yes, come." They sat together in silence as night fell. The old man did not ask about Kenji's wealth. He did not compliment his house or his garden. He simply sat. After a long time, the old man spoke. "You are searching for something," he said. It was not a question. Kenji felt tears come to his eyes. How could the stranger see what he had hidden from everyone? "Yes," Kenji said. "Yes, I have searched my whole life, and now I am tired." The old man nodded. "There is a teaching," the old man said, "that we are all like fishermen who have cast their nets into the water. We cast and cast, hoping to catch something precious. But the precious thing we are seeking, it is the water itself. The water has been holding us all along." Kenji listened. "You have been searching for something outside yourself. But what you are seeking is not outside. It is not future. It is not attained through effort or accumulation or even spiritual practice." The old man pointed to Kenji's chest. "It is the hollow place itself," the old man said. "That emptiness you have been trying to fill, it is not empty. It is full, full of possibility, full of the very peace you have been seeking." "I don't understand," Kenji said. "Of course not," the old man replied with a gentle smile. "Understanding would just be another search, another effort, another way of reaching for what is already in your hand." Integration and realization. In the weeks that followed, something shifted in Kenji. He did not change his outer life. He still managed his business. He still meditated with the monk. He still loved his wife and children. But something had changed in how he held all of it. It was as though for the first time he was not grasping at life. He was allowing life. He was not trying to fill the hollow place anymore. He was beginning to understand that the hollow place was not a problem to solve. It was the gateway. Through that gateway of emptiness, peace was beginning to flow. One morning, he was working in his garden when he noticed something he had never noticed before: the light. The way the sunlight filtered through the leaves of the maple tree, the way it created shadows that moved and danced and shifted. He had looked at this garden 1,000 times, but he had never seen it. He realized, "I have been waiting for peace to arrive from somewhere else." But peace is not arriving. It is already here, in this very moment, in the light falling through these leaves. The merchant sat on a stone bench and wept. Not tears of sadness, tears of homecoming. He had traveled so far, searching. And the destination had been here all along, waiting patiently for him to stop looking and simply notice. This, dear friend, is the peculiar truth that Zen teaches us. The thing we are searching for is not somewhere else waiting to be found. It is here, it is now. It is the very awareness that is listening to these words. You might be thinking, "But I feel so restless. I feel so full of searching. How can I simply stop and notice what is here?" And the answer is, you cannot stop by force. You cannot force yourself to be peaceful, but you can stop trying so hard. you can, for a moment, let your shoulders drop. You can let your searching mind rest. You can acknowledge, for this moment, I am here, I am alive, I am breathing. That is enough, and in that small enough, the hollow place begins to reveal its secret. Let us continue with another story now. Story 2. The Anseer student and the teacher which cast for the pot from the thought. There was once a student who came to study with a great Zen teacher. The student's name was Akira, and he was intelligent, very intelligent. He could recite the sutras. He understood philosophy. He could articulate the deepest teachings of Buddhism with grace and precision. But there was one problem that plagued him day and night: anxiety. Not the kind of anxiety that comes from external danger. This anxiety seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere. It was like clouds rolling across the sky of his mind, sometimes light, sometimes so dark and heavy that he could barely see through them. Akira had anxiety about whether his practice was correct. He had anxiety about whether he was enlightened enough, progressed enough, good enough. He had anxiety about his anxiety, which he recognized as another layer of the problem, which caused more anxiety about that. It was exhausting. For years he had tried everything. He meditated longer. He chanted, he studied harder, he attended more retreats. But the anxiety would not leave. Finally, in desperation, he came to the teacher and said, "Master, I cannot bear this anymore. My mind is tormented by anxious thoughts from morning until night. Tell me, how can I make them stop?" The teacher listened with great kindness. Then he said something unexpected. "Bring me one of these thoughts." Akira looked confused. "What do you mean, bring you a thought?" "Just what I said. One of these anxious thoughts that torments you so. Bring it here into my room so that I can see it." Akira sat in silence for a moment. Then he understood what the teacher was asking. "Master, I cannot bring you a thought. It is not a thing. It does not exist outside my mind." "Ah," the teacher said, "so it has no substance?" "It feels so real though. It causes so much suffering. And yet, when you try to grasp it, when you try to catch it and bring it here, you cannot, can you?" Akira shook his head. "This is the teaching," the teacher said gently. "Your thoughts, even the most tormenting ones, have no actual solidity. They are like clouds passing through the sky. They seem so real when they are there, but can you grasp a cloud? Can you hold it in your hand?" "No," Akira whispered. "And yet, you have been trying to do exactly that. For years, you have been trying to grasp these thoughts, to eliminate them, to fix them. But you cannot fix a cloud. You cannot make a cloud go away by struggling with it." In the following weeks, Akira practiced this new understanding. Instead of trying to stop the anxious thoughts, he began to notice them. There is a thought about whether I'm making progress. There is a thought that something is wrong with me. There is a thought about the thought. He noticed that the moment he stopped fighting the thoughts, the moment he stopped trying to make them go away, something surprising happened. They had less power. It was like the difference between struggling in quicksand and simply floating. When he struggled, he sank deeper. When he simply noticed and floated, he discovered the quicksand could not actually drown him. One day, it was a regular day, nothing special about it. Akira was walking by the river when an anxious thought arose. But something was different. Instead of being the one who was anxious, he was the one who noticed the anxiety. He was the awareness that was aware of the thought. And in that small shift from "I am anxious" to "I notice anxiety," everything changed. The anxiety was still there, but it no longer had to be his enemy. It was simply weather passing through the sky of awareness, and he was not the weather. He was the sky. This, dear friend, is why Zen says, "You are not your thoughts. You are not your anxiety. You are not your worry. You are not your racing mind. You are the awareness that notices all of these things, just as the sky is not the clouds. The sky contains the clouds but is not defined by them. You are not your thoughts. You are the vast, open awareness in which all thoughts appear and disappear. And when you begin to understand this, truly understand it, not just think about it, but see it, the quality of your suffering changes completely. You cannot stop your thoughts through force, but you can change your relationship to them. You can learn to notice them without being them. And when you do, you find a peace that does not depend on your thoughts being perfect, or your mind being quiet, or your anxiety being gone. You find a peace that exists beneath all of that. Let us journey to another story now, where we will meet a character who faced something different. Not thoughts, but the storms of life itself. Story 3. The monk for Karid the girl. Two monks, brothers in their practice, were walking together on a path that wound through the mountains. They had taken vows of celibacy many years ago, and they kept these vows with great care. They did not touch women. They did not look with desire. They maintained what they believed was perfect discipline. The older monk's name was Tansan. The younger was called Aikido. It was a day of heavy rain. The rivers were swollen. The roads had turned to mud. As they rounded a bend, they came upon a beautiful young woman standing at the edge of a river. She was dressed in a fine silk kimono, now heavy and clinging with water. Her shoes were ruined. She could not cross the river. She was weeping. Aikido saw her and immediately turned his face away. He would not look. He would not engage. To do so, he believed, would be to compromise his vows. He began to walk faster, hoping to move past her, but Tansan, the older monk, paused. Without a word, he approached the woman. He looked at her with great compassion. "You seem to be in trouble," he said. "I am trying to reach the village on the other side," the woman said, "but the river is too deep. I don't know how to cross it." Tansan nodded. Then, quite simply, he lifted her onto his shoulders. He waded into the cold, rushing water, moving carefully, slowly, with great attention. When they reached the other side, he set her gently down on the dry bank. "Thank you," she said. "Thank you for your kindness." Tansan bowed slightly, and then he and Aikido continued on their path. They walked in silence for several hours. Aikido's mind was aflame. How could he do that? Aikido thought over and over. He broke his vows. He touched a woman. He compromised everything we have practiced for. Aikido did not speak to Tansan. He would not look at him. He was filled with judgment, with righteousness, with the sense that he was the one who had maintained purity while Tansan had fallen. As they walked, Aikido's mind circled and circled like a dog worrying a bone. By evening, when they made camp, Aikido could bear it no longer. "Master," he said, his voice tight with emotion, "how could you have done that? You touched her. You held her. You broke your vows." Tansan looked at Aikido with great gentleness. "Dear brother," he said, "I carried that woman across the river many hours ago, and then I set her down on the other side. But you are still carrying her." Aikido felt something crack open inside him. Tansan had not broken his vow. He had responded to suffering with compassion. He had done what was necessary in that moment, and then he had let it go. But Aikido had done something different. He had been carrying the encounter for hours. He had built a story around it. He had made it mean something about Tansan's character, about his own superiority, about the nature of discipline and purity. In carrying the woman, the memory, the judgment, the entire event, Aikido had actually violated something far deeper than a vow. He had violated his own heart. He had closed his compassion. He had separated himself from his brother. He had created suffering where there was none. Tanzan, by simply helping and then letting go, had maintained perfect purity. Aikido, by holding on to the judgment, had picked up a heavy burden and was dragging it through the world. That night, Aikido could not sleep. He sat by the fire and began to understand a teaching he had never truly understood before. The teaching was this: what you hold on to causes suffering. Not the action itself, not the moment itself, but what you carry of that moment afterward. The river crossing itself was innocent, a moment of compassion, a moment of connection, a moment of a monk being human, being kind. But if you attach meaning to it, if you make it wrong, if you carry it as a burden, then you have created your own suffering. Aikido began to see how many things he was carrying. Disappointments from years ago, words spoken harshly, moments of failure, criticisms received. He had picked up each one and carried it like a heavy stone in a bag on his back, and his back was breaking under the weight. In the morning, Aikido went to Tanzan and bowed deeply. "Thank you for this teaching," he said. "I see now that I have been carrying far more than just the river crossing. I have been carrying my whole life, making it mean something about who I am, what I deserve, what I have done wrong." Tanzan smiled. "The river flows," the old monk said simply. "We cross when we need to cross, and then we set the river down. We continue on our path, carrying only this moment, and this moment, and this moment." This is one of the deepest teachings in Zen, dear one, and it applies directly to what is happening in your life right now, tonight. You have carried so many things: worries about tomorrow, regrets about yesterday, judgments about yourself and others, stories about what you did wrong, what you should be, what you need to fix. You have been carrying all of this, and it has made it impossible to rest. But tonight, what if you could begin to set some of it down? Not the experiences themselves. They happened. They are part of your story. But the meaning you have attached to them, the burden of carrying them, what if you could simply set that down? Imagine it. Imagine reaching down and removing a heavy stone from your back. Imagine setting it by the side of the road and continuing on your path, lighter, freer, with more space to breathe. This is what resting means, not the absence of experience, but the absence of the burden you have been carrying about experience. In the teachings to come, we will explore more deeply how to do this. For now, simply know what you are carrying is heavy, and you have permission to set it down. Let us move on to another story, Story 4, The Potter and the Spinning Mind. In a small village nestled in green valleys, there was a potter named Mizuko. She was renowned throughout the region for her work. Her bowls were praised not just for their beauty, but for the way they felt in the hand. They had a quality of peace to them, as though the hand of someone who had found deep rest had shaped them. Visitors would come from distant places to watch her work. They would sit in her studio as she sat at her wheel, and they would watch the clay being shaped day after day. But what few people knew was that, inside, Mizuko was struggling. In her mind, there was constant noise. She worried about money. She worried about whether her work was good enough. She worried about her aging mother, who lived alone in a cottage nearby. She worried about whether she was wasting her life on pottery when she could be doing something more important. And as she worried, her hands could not find their natural rhythm. The clay would become stiff under her fingers. Instead of feeling the clay and letting her hands know what shape it wanted to become, she was forcing it, controlling it, trying to make it into what she thought it should be. One day, a piece shattered on the wheel. It was a simple bowl, almost finished. But Mizuko's mind had been caught in a loop of worry about whether she would ever be good enough to teach others, and in that moment of distraction, her hands gripped too tightly. The bowl collapsed. She stopped her wheel and put her head in her hands. "I cannot do this anymore," she whispered. "My mind is broken. I cannot make anything beautiful if I cannot quiet my mind." She thought about stopping, about giving up the work that had sustained her for so many years. It was at this dark moment that an old woman appeared at her studio. Mizuko did not know how the woman had found her, and she did not ask. There was something about the woman's presence that seemed to invite no questions. The old woman sat and watched as Mizuko worked. She said nothing for a long time. Finally, the old woman spoke. "Your hands are afraid," she said. "Yes," Mizuko admitted. "My mind is so loud. How can I work when my mind will not be still?" "Ah," the old woman said. "You are waiting for your mind to be still before you can work. This is backward." "What do you mean?" "Come," the old woman said. "Work now. But this time, do not try to quiet your mind. Work as if the spinning is not happening. But I cannot ignore my thoughts. They are so loud." "You do not need to ignore them," the old woman said. "You need only to notice that they are not you. They are like birds flying through the sky of your awareness. The birds may sing loudly, but the sky remains sky." Mizuko began to work, and as she worked, she followed the old woman's instruction. She did not try to quiet her mind. She did not fight the spinning thoughts. Instead, she simply said to herself, "Just chop, just breathe, just make, just chop, breathe, just make, just chop, breathe, make." With each intention, just she brought her full attention to the single action in front of her, her feet on the treadle. Just feel the rhythm, her hands on the clay. Just touch the texture, the wheel turning. Just watch the motion, her breath. Just notice the inhale, the exhale. And as she moved from just to just to just, something began to happen. The spinning did not stop, but it mattered less, because she was no longer the one who was spinning. She was the one who was noticing the spinning, while simultaneously being fully present to the clay, to her hands, to the work. It was as though by accepting the spinning, by making friends with it, by saying, "Yes, spinning thoughts are happening," rather than "No, I must stop the spinning." The spinning had lost its power over her, and her hands remembered their dance with the clay. The ball that emerged from that day's work was one of the most beautiful Mizuko had ever made. It had a quality of surrender to it, of acceptance, of peace held lightly, without grasping. The old woman smiled when she saw it. "Do you understand now?" she asked. "I think so," Mizuko said. The spinning did not stop, but my resistance to the spinning stopped, and when the resistance went away, the spinning could not touch me anymore. "Precisely," the old woman said. "And this is not only true for your pottery, is it?" Mizuko shook her head. "It is true for my whole life. Yes, you cannot stop your mind from thinking. You cannot force yourself to be calm, but you can learn to do your work, your life, even while the mind spins. You can be fully present to what is in front of you, even while thoughts come and go." The old woman stood to leave. "Keep practicing," she said. "Just chop, just breathe, just make, just live, and one day you will realize that the spinning mind and the still hand are not enemies. They are friends. Both are part of being alive." This teaching is so important, dear friend, because many of you are waiting. You are waiting for your mind to be quiet before you rest. You are waiting for your life to be perfect before you can be peaceful. You are waiting for all your problems to be solved, all your worries to be gone, all your spinning thoughts to settle. And while you wait, your life is passing. But what if you did not need to wait? What if you could do the thing in front of you, resting, breathing, being alive, even while your mind spins? What if the spinning mind is not the enemy? What if it is just spinning, and you are not the spinner, you are the one aware of the spinning? From that awareness, you can rest, you can sleep, you can live, even with the spinning. Let me tell you of one more seeker who discovered something similar. Story 5. The Stonecutter's Wife. There was a stonecutter named Daichi who worked in the quarries at the edge of the town. Every day, he rose before dawn. Every day, he chiseled stones. Chisel and hammer, chisel and hammer. From sunrise to sunset, the same repetitive work. His hands were calloused, his back ached, his face was covered in stone dust that no amount of washing could fully remove. And he was miserable. "I cannot bear this life," he said one day, speaking to no one in particular, as was his habit, breaking stones for other men's buildings, living in poverty. "My body growing old in this quarry while the rich men live in their mansions." It was at that moment, by a strange coincidence, that a great lord passed by the quarry in his golden palanquin. Daichi watched the lord go by, surrounded by servants, and something broke inside him. "If only I could be a great lord," he cried out to the universe. "If only I could have such power and comfort, then I would be happy." And then a strange thing happened. He felt a warmth on his face. A light seemed to fill the quarry, and his wish was granted. Suddenly, Daichi found himself sitting in a palace. He was a great lord now. He had everything he had dreamed of. He had servants to attend to him. He had rich food to eat. He had fine clothes and jewels and an army that answered to his command. For a time, he was happy. But then, one day, another lord, an even greater lord, passed by his palace, and Daichi looked at this lord, who was more powerful, more respected, who commanded even greater armies, and he felt the old longing rise up. "If only I could be that lord," he cried out to the universe, "the most powerful lord of all. Then I would be truly happy." And the universe, it seemed, was listening. Daichi became the most powerful king in the land. He had everything a king could have. His word was law. Enemies trembled at his approach. People bowed low before him. But after a time, something strange happened. He was sitting in his throne room when a vast darkness fell over the palace. Storm clouds had gathered above the kingdom. Daichi watched as the wind bent the trees. The rain fell so hard that rivers overflowed, crops were destroyed, people suffered, and Daichi realized that even the most powerful king in the land could not control the weather. "If only I could be the sun," he cried out in frustration. "The sun fears no one. The sun cannot be opposed. The sun brings life to all things. If I were the sun, I would be invincible." And it was so. Daichi became the sun. He rose in the morning and warmed the earth. He brought light to all the lands. Plants grew because of him. Animals moved because of him. Everything depended on him. He was all-powerful. For some time, this satisfied him, but then one day, a cloud passed in front of him. He was blocked. His light could not reach the earth below, and in a moment of rage, he cried out, this cloud obscures my power. If only I were the cloud." A cloud is stronger than the sun, for it can block the sun from the world below. And so, Daichi became a great cloud, floating in the sky. He felt powerful. He could block the sun. He could bring rain to the earth. He could grow so large that he covered the entire sky. He drifted peacefully through the heavens, feeling that he had finally found a place where nothing could harm him, where no one could have power over him. And then the wind came. The wind caught him, tore him apart, scattered his form in all directions. He was helpless before the wind. "Ah," he cried, "the wind is stronger than even the clouds. If only I were the wind." And now Daichi was the wind. He was free. He swept across the mountains and the plains. Nothing could stop him. Nothing could contain him. He was the most powerful thing of all. And then his wind encountered something that he could not move. It was a great stone, standing in the middle of a field. The wind blew against it from every direction. He howled with all his power, but the stone did not budge. It did not bend. It did not crack. It simply stood unmoved, unchanged. And Daichi realized, finally, the stone is stronger than the wind. The stone is stronger than the wind. The stone cannot be moved. The stone is not disturbed by what passes around it. The stone simply is. If only I could be the stone, he whispered. And so Daichi became a stone. He stood in the field, solid and unmoved. The wind blew past him. He did not feel it. The rain fell on him. He did not feel it. The sun heated him by day. The cold froze him at night. And he felt nothing. He wanted nothing. He wanted nothing. He feared nothing. He had sought all his life to find a place of peace, a place where no one and nothing could harm him, where he had complete control. And finally, he had found it, as a stone. But then he heard something. A hammer, a chisel. A man had come with tools, and the stone cutter was chiseling him, breaking him into smaller pieces to be used in building. And as the hammer fell on him, Daichi heard a voice, the voice of the universe, or perhaps his own deepest wisdom. And the voice said, "You have sought power over everything, but power is not peace. You have sought control, but control is not freedom. You have wished to be like this stone, hard and unmoved. But a stone cannot laugh, cannot love, cannot live, cannot rest. It only endures." And Daichi understood. When Daichi awoke, and he was not sure if it was a dream or a vision or something else entirely, he was back in the quarry. He was a stone cutter again. His hands were calloused, his back ached, his face was covered in stone dust. But something had changed. He looked at his stone-covered hands, and tears came to his eyes. For the first time, he understood. He was already home, not in some future state, not when he became more powerful or more successful or more enlightened, but here, now, as a stone cutter, with his work, his body, his breath, his life. He began to work again, raising his hammer and chisel. And as he worked, he sang. For the first time in his life, he sang while he worked, because he had finally understood what the stone taught, that acceptance is not defeat, that staying in one place is not imprisonment, that the work in front of us is the peace we have been seeking. He had desired 1,000 different lives, and all the while, the life he was living was the only one that could bring him peace, because peace is not somewhere else. It is the complete acceptance of what is. Do you see the wisdom, beloved? You have, many of you, spent your whole life wishing to be something other than what you are. Richer, thinner, more accomplished, more spiritual, less anxious, more at peace. And you think that when you finally become that thing, then you will be okay. But the stone cutter's journey shows us something different. Every transformation brought him to a new problem. Every elevation brought him to a new desire. Every power revealed a new weakness. And at the end, he discovered that the life he had rejected at the beginning, the simple, unglamorous, difficult life of being a stone cutter, was the path to peace all along. Not because the life was perfect. It wasn't. His hands were calloused, his back ached. But because he accepted it, he stopped fighting it, he stopped wishing to be someone else. And in that acceptance, he found freedom. This is the teaching that will allow you to rest tonight. You do not need to become different. You do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to wait until your life is better to begin to be at peace. You can begin now, exactly as you are, with your calloused hands, with your aching back, with your worries and your dreams and your imperfections. Rest as you are. That is enough. That is everything. Story 6. The Gate of Insight. There was once a spiritual seeker named Kenji who had traveled from teacher to teacher for many years. He studied with monks in temples. He sat with hermits in mountain caves. He attended lecture halls where great scholars expounded the sutras. And yet, despite all his searching, he did not feel that he had found the truth. He was still confused, still struggling, still seeking something just out of reach. One day, exhausted, he came to a small temple where an old teacher lived. The teacher's name was Mushin, which means no mind. Kenji prostrated himself before the teacher and said, "Master, I have studied for so long. I have learned so much, but I do not feel that I truly understand. How can I attain enlightenment?" Mushin sat in silence for a long time, looking at the young seeker. Finally, he spoke. "Tell me, Kenji, what is the Gateless Gate?" Kenji had heard of the Gateless Gate before. It was a famous koan, a paradoxical teaching that had been given to countless students over the centuries. "Master, the Gateless Gate teaches that there is no gate to pass through, no barrier to overcome in seeking enlightenment. Enlightenment is already here. We are already there. Is that so?" Mushin asked. "And do you believe this?" "Yes," Kenji said. "I understand it intellectually, but I do not feel it. I do not know it in my body, in my bones." Mushin stood up slowly. "Then let me show you," he said. He led Kenji outside to a small gate in the temple wall. It was an old wooden gate, worn by time and weather. "Walk through this gate," Mushin said. Kenji walked through. "Now walk back through," Mushin said. Kenji walked back through the gate. They did this many times. Forward through the gate, backward through the gate, forward again, backward again. Kenji began to feel confused. "Master, what is the purpose of this? What is this teaching?" "Keep walking," Mushin said simply. Kenji continued walking through the gate, back and forth many times, and then, without warning, he stopped in the middle of the gate. In that moment, something shifted. He realized there is no difference between being on one side of the gate and being on the other side. It was the same ground, the same sky, the same air. The gate was just a gate. It was not actually separating two different places. It was not dividing enlightenment from non-enlightenment, awakening from sleep, realization from confusion. It was simply a structure that the mind had given meaning to, just as a line drawn on the ground is not actually a barrier. The line has no power to prevent anyone from crossing it. This gate had no power to keep him from what he was seeking. There was no gate standing between him and peace. The only gate that existed was the gate he had created in his mind. And that gate could not actually keep anything out. It was like trying to keep the sky out with a fence. When Kenji truly understood this, he fell to his knees right there in the gateway. "There is no gate," he said. "There never was." "And now?" Mushin asked. "Now," Kenji said slowly, "I understand. The Gateless Gate is not a gate at all. It is the recognition that what I have been trying to reach is already here. There is no barrier between me and what I am seeking. The barrier only existed in my belief that there was a barrier." Mushin placed his hand on Kenji's shoulder. "You may continue to study if you wish," the old teacher said. "You may meditate and chant and practice for the rest of your life. These are all beautiful things, but know this: you have already found what you are seeking. The seeking itself was the only thing that kept you from seeing it. Dear friend, I tell you this story because you, right now may feel that there is a gate between you and peace. You may feel that sleep is something you need to attain, a goal you need to reach. You may feel that rest is something beyond the gate, and you are here and you must somehow cross over. But the truth is simpler. There is no gate. Peace is not on the other side of effort. Rest is not on the other side of the night. They are here, in this very moment, in your breath, in your body, in the awareness that is listening to these words. You do not need to reach enlightenment to rest well. You do not need to solve all your problems to sleep. You do not need to become more spiritual or more calm or more anything. You only need to recognize there is no gate. The gate you have been trying to pass through is made of nothing but your own belief that you need to pass through a gate. Stop trying to pass through. Simply be on both sides at once. Simply be here exactly as you are in this moment. That is the gateless gate. That is the portal to rest. That is already open. Let us continue to the final teachings of this night. Section 4, Integration and Recap. We have journeyed together through many teachings tonight, and now let us gather the threads of all these stories and see what we have discovered together. Do you notice how each story, while different on the surface, teaches the same fundamental truth? The merchant Kenji searched everywhere for peace, only to discover that peace was already in the hollow place he had been trying to fill. Akira struggled with his anxious thoughts until he realized he was not his thoughts. He was the awareness that noticed them. The monks Tanzan and Aikido taught us that what we carry causes suffering. What we hold on to becomes heavy, but when we set it down and move on, we are free. Mizuko discovered that we do not need to force our minds to be still. We only need to accept the spinning and work anyway. The spinning mind and the resting hands can coexist. The stone cutter Daichi wished his entire life to be something other than what he was. And only when he accepted being a stone cutter did he find peace. And Kenji at the temple discovered that the barrier between what we are seeking and what we have is no barrier at all. It is only our belief in the barrier that creates the separation. Each story points to something different, and yet all the stories point to the same truth. The peace you are seeking is not somewhere else. The wholeness you are looking for is not in the future. The barrier you imagine between yourself and rest is not real. The only thing keeping you from peace is not your circumstances, not your mind, not your past, not your problems. The only thing keeping you from peace is the belief that you are separate from peace, that you are not good enough yet, that you need to fix yourself first, that you need to reach some other place or become some other person. And when that belief dissolves, when you see it for what it is, just a thought, just a story, then peace reveals itself as what it always was, already here, already yours, already home. The teachings we've explored over these stories, we have touched on the deepest teachings of Zen Buddhism, impermanence, anicca. All things pass. Your worries will pass. Your joy will pass. Your very life will pass. And this is not sad, it is liberating. Because if all things pass, then what you are holding onto cannot hurt you forever. It cannot imprison you forever, like clouds in the sky. It will move on. Non-duality. You are not separate from the peace you are seeking. The seeker and the sought are one. You are not trying to reach somewhere else. You are only waking up to where you already are. Non-identification with thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. You are the sky. Your thoughts are clouds. This distinction is freedom. Acceptance. Peace does not come from fighting what is. It comes from accepting what is. This does not mean resignation. It means meeting reality as it is, without the added suffering of wishing it were different. Emptiness, sunyata. The empty cup can be filled. The empty mind can receive. The empty heart has space for love. Emptiness is not lack, it is potential. It is openness. It is freedom. Non-effort, Wu Wei. The more we grasp for peace, the more it eludes us. Peace comes not from trying harder, but from relaxing the effort itself. The present moment as refuge. Anxiety lives in thoughts about the past or future. Peace only exists now, in this breath, in this awareness, in this moment, which is always safe. What they show us about rest, all of these teachings, all of these stories, ultimately reveal one simple truth about rest. Rest is not something you achieve. You do not earn it through hard work or good behavior. You do not deserve it only after you have fixed yourself. Rest is something you remember. You rest the way you remember your home address or the face of someone you love. It is already known to you. You are simply returning to what you have always known. Your body knows how to rest. Your nervous system knows how to drop into relaxation. Your heart knows how to be at peace. You have rested before. When you were an infant, you rested without questions, without effort, without judgment. You simply let your body do what it needed to do. That capacity is still in you. It has not been lost. It is only covered over by the noise of the thinking mind, the grasping after results, the resistance to what is. And so tonight, dear friend, I give you permission to rest exactly as you are. You do not need to meditate better. You do not need to understand these teachings more deeply. You do not need to become more peaceful or more spiritual. You only need to relax. That is all. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath be as it is. Let your mind think its thoughts while you rest anyway. Rest is not the absence of thoughts. Rest is the absence of the struggle against experience. So rest. Rest while your mind is busy. Rest while your body aches. Rest while your heart is worried about tomorrow. Rest is what you are, because what you are is already whole, already complete, already home. And in this moment, that is enough. That is everything. We are nearing the end of our journey together tonight. And before you drift into the sleep your body is calling for, I want to share one final teaching. It is the teaching that ties together all that we have explored. You are not what your thinking mind tells you that you are. You are not your accomplishments or your failures. You are not your fears or your desires. You are not the story you tell yourself about yourself. You are not your anxiety, your restlessness, your sense of incompleteness. You are not your thoughts, your emotions, your sensations. You are the awareness in which all of these things appear. You are like the sky, and everything you have ever experienced. Every joy, every sorrow, every moment of peace or struggle has been like weather passing through that sky. The sky is not disturbed by the storm. The sky remains sky, even when clouds cover it. The sky is not darkened by the night. The sky is still the sky. You are like that. You are the unchanging awareness in which all change occurs. You are the still point at the center of the turning world. And this is your true nature. This is what you have always been, not something to achieve in the future, not something to earn through effort, but something to recognize now, something to rest in now. And so, as we move toward the end, I invite you to relax into this truth. Let your body release its grip on wakefulness. Feel your shoulders letting go. Feel your jaw unclenching. Feel your hands relaxing in your lap or at your sides. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. Simply be here, in this body, in this moment, in this breath. Notice your breath, not to change it, not to deepen it. Simply notice it, the way it flows in, the way it flows out. The rhythm that your body has known since before you were born. Your breath is not your enemy. Your breath is your companion. Your breath knows how to care for your body. Let your breath be what it is, shallow or deep, slow or fast. It does not matter. Your breath is perfect exactly as it is. Now notice your body. Feel the weight of your body resting on the surface beneath you. Feel how the earth is holding you. Gravity is cradling you. You do not need to hold yourself up. You can let the earth hold you. Feel your head on your pillow or cushion. Feel the softness and support. Feel your back against the mattress or the chair. Feel the solid support beneath you. Feel your legs resting. Feel your feet. Let them be heavy. Let them be relaxed. There is nothing you need to do with your body. Your body is not a problem to solve. Your body is an instrument of rest. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Your heart has been beating your whole life, working tirelessly to keep you alive, without you needing to manage it or worry about it. You can trust your heart. You can trust your body. Your body knows how to rest. As you rest here in this moment, I want to bless you with some final words. May you know that you are not broken. You may feel fragmented sometimes. You may feel scattered across worries and regrets and hopes and fears. But beneath all of that, you are whole. Wholeness is not something that is achieved when all your problems are solved. Wholeness is your nature right now, hidden perhaps, but not absent. May you know that you are not behind. You may feel like you are lagging behind where you think you should be. But there is no schedule, there is no finish line. There is only the journey that is happening right now. And in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. May you know that you are not alone. Countless beings throughout history and right now have felt the same restlessness that you feel, the same searching, the same longing to come home to themselves. You are part of a vast community of seekers, even if you cannot see them. And in this moment, you are connected to all of them. May you know that peace is your nature. You do not need to travel far to find it. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to remember, this peace that you are seeking is your deepest nature. It is as close as your breath, as near as this moment. May you rest now. May you let your tired mind relax. May you let your body sink into rest. May you stop striving and simply be. May you sleep deeply tonight, held by the earth, held by the universe, held by awareness itself. And may you wake tomorrow knowing that you are already whole, already worthy, already home. As we come to the very end now, let me guide you deeper towards sleep. Your eyelids are becoming heavy. There is no need to fight this. This is not a struggle. This is not something to resist. The heaviness in your eyelids is simply your body's signal that it is ready to rest. It is a gift. Let your eyes close or let them stay open if that is more comfortable. It does not matter. Feel your whole being becoming heavier now. Not heavy in a bad way. Heavy in the way that means you are sinking into the support of what is holding you. You are being held by gravity, by the earth, by the universe itself. You can stop holding yourself. You can let go of the effort of staying awake. You can surrender to the pull of sleep. There is nothing waiting for you that cannot wait. There is nothing that needs you right now except rest. So let yourself drift. Let the stories fade. Let the teachings settle into the background. Let your mind become quiet, like the surface of a still pond at dusk. You are safe here. You are held here. You are loved here. And as sleep begins to pull you down, deeper and deeper into the darkness, know this. The same awareness that has been listening to these words will continue. It will be present in your sleep. It will guide your dreams. It will be there when you wake. You are not going anywhere. You are only coming home. Rest now, beloved. Rest in the knowing that peace is your nature. Rest in the truth that you are already whole. Rest in the absolute certainty that you are not broken. not behind, not lost. You are home. You have always been home. There is nowhere to go, nowhere to search. Only here, only now, only this breath, only this moment, only rest. Sleep well, sleep deeply, sleep in peace. Good night.